It's time. It's time to race. It's career mode on F1 2016. It's time for the Canadian Grand Prix. And, well, we're going to start off with qualifying, but there is some news that we have from our agent.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So, there we go. New rival has been confirmed, and it's going to be Felipe Massa from Williams. We're gonna go straight into qualifying, but not going to. Where am I going to show? Qualifying goals, at least that's 11th or higher. Beat Felipe Massa and beat Jolyon Palmer. Straightforward, but qualifying goals and race goals are gonna get higher. But Q1, we're not inside of the top 12, not on 13th, not 16th. No, we're in P17. We missed out on Q2. Didn't have the pace, even though I put on the ultra soft tires. I didn't have the pace in qualifying at all. Couldn't find the good rhythm. Was going out. First was a super soft stint, then another super soft stint, and then an ultra soft stint, and it wasn't going good. We're gonna go straight into the race, and we're gonna see what happens from P17.
Canada has a true love affair with Formula One. The grandstands here are always packed to capacity. It's a country that has given us the likes of Gilles and Jacques Villeneuve, the thrilling Grand Prix of '79, of '98, and of course 2011. They love their motorsport in Montreal, and we absolutely love coming here. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. It's a favourite for fans and drivers alike then here in Canada. We're used to seeing the unexpected happen here, and with me today to enjoy it all is Anthony Davidson, a man who knows firsthand the surprises that can pop up in this race.
I do indeed. I had a good chance of some points here in 2007, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. My old colleague Takuma Sato, though, he managed to finish 6th, so the team took home 3 valuable points, and that was a big boost to everyone at the time. I'm not sure I can think of anywhere else that so consistently provides the kind of late race excitement we get here. Obviously, towards the end of the Grand Prix, the brakes are getting worn, maybe the weather situation has changed, so there's a lot to keep fighting for all the way up to that final corner.
The team's really happy with how you're driving so far this season. Let's get another good result and show them you want that #1 driver status.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday...
So there we go, and we are straight on to the starting grid, starting from P17. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. It's time. Lights out and away we go, and we have a good start. Alonso has gotten a great start too. We're not that much. Kvyat and Sainz are blocking us a little bit, and can't make up any places into the first corner. Anyway, going around the outside, but I overshot. The first corner, going too much on the outside line. Getting onto the grass, and we are down into last position. Anyway, there are 35 laps, and well, we are going past Ericsson on the exit, and Nasser, as we bank tires, we get him right here. Jolyon right in front of us, and as you can see, race strategy, I'm going to start on the soft tires. I'm gonna stick with them throughout a major part of the race, as it was in the strategy menu. These tires could last about 20 to 22 laps, and after that I'll just have to see what kind of tires I'm gonna put on. Probably super softs, as we get on the inside of Jolyon Palmer right there, side by side, coming on to the main straight. We have better traction, more speed in the car, and we get past him. For the Canadian Grand Prix updates, there are 2. We have 2 updates to the car: the downforce and a second drag reduction upgrade on the car. But in qualifying, it didn't help us. that can happen. But maybe in Azerbaijan it could happen. So those upgrades are probably going to give us a good result, at least in Azerbaijan, and I think also in Austria. Going on to lap 6, overtook a few people. You have yellow flags here on the back straight, or not on the back straight, on the first straight, and we are closing off to Jenson Button and Roman Grosjean. Were fighting for 11th place. Going to brake early into the last chicane. Have DRS on Jenson Button, who has DRS on Roman Grosjean, but it doesn't make a move, and we are going down the straight, getting on the inside of both of them. It's a double overtake, and it's probably my best overtake I have done on F1 2016 so far, because there are going to be a lot more races. But going to see a replay right now. We are up to P11. Look at that. That's just smooth. Button doesn't make an attempt to overtake Grosjean on his ultra soft tires. So I say, thank you, I'm gonna do it, and we are up. And after that, nothing really happened. We went up into P9. Grosjean overtook us again. But on lap 20, I feel my soft tires are gone. Speed has reduced, so I'm gonna put on the set of super soft tires, and that's the only pit stop we have for this race. 2.9 seconds pit stop, and we are going to rejoin back into P12. So it's looking very good. Super soft tires in front of us, Nico Hülkenberg on soft tires. But Grosjean is in front of us, and I want to get in front of Roman Grosjean. And here on lap 24, as the sun is shining, we get in front of Roman Grosjean. We made a lot of ground in those first few laps, but here a little bit over the grass, and we overtaken Nico Hülkenberg. But on that move, he went into the wall, and now he's got a puncture, which has cost a virtual safety car. Very good. We are up into P10. 10 laps to go. And I'm going all out in this Grand Prix. You can see Bottas right in front of us. Grosjean P11, Raikkonen in front of us. Virtual safety car is gonna end on the after the hairpin. But after that, nothing really happens. Bottas made a pit stop at that virtual safety car. Massa did as well, and he's coming back at us right now on lap 34. It's really a boring Grand Prix for myself, just driving and saving up the tires, getting it all the way through to the end. And Max Verstappen is P7. We're not gonna get him. If you look on the minimap, he's already onto the start-finish straight. So we'll have to deal with Felipe Massa, our new rival. So we really want to finish in front of Felipe here for P8. And Fernando Alonso is out of the race. That's a surprise. First DNF is coming like 2 laps before the end of the entire this Grand Prix, and we are gonna defend from Felipe Massa. Bottas is in P10, so we're in front of both of the Williams drivers, and I really want this P8, because starting from P17 going on to P8, that's gonna be a drive of the day probably. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But we are on the last lap. We are 2/10 down on our best split time, and Massa is still behind us, very much alive, very much attacking. Massa really doing good. Get a look on the outside line, but defending the inside line. Lewis Hamilton wins the Canadian Grand Prix, another win for the British driver from Mercedes. Well, we've got to deal with Massa, and we are coming up to the first straight, and he's gonna have DRS. I really have to, as Alonso is right there on the right hand side, I need to defend here. Probably think I'm going to defend on the outside line. Massa going up on the inside. Can he get here to braking? No, he can't. And that's the entire Grand Prix. Really boring Grand Prix. We're gonna finish in P8 for the Canadian Grand Prix. 4 points in the bag, starting from P17. That's a really good result. That's a really good race. And, well, nothing to complain about.
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, good work from Force India this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there we go, that's the Canadian Grand Prix. We are driver of the day into P8 as Lewis Hamilton wins the Canadian Grand Prix in front of Kimi Räikkönen, Daniel Ricciardo, Vettel, Rosberg, Perez, Verstappen, myself, Massa and Bottas. Those are the points finishers. Nico Hülkenberg ends up into P21 after that collision, which was kind of our our little accident of the race. But yeah, P8, really happy about it. And as we are going on to the driver standings, we are up into P8 with 24 points. Hamilton 50 points in front of Sebastian Vettel, then Räikkönen and Rosberg. I have nothing to complain about. It was a really good Grand Prix, getting from P17 to P8, really managing the tires. Had fun, not so much of battling, but still it was a really good Grand Prix for myself, and I'm happy with that, knowing that the pace is going to be improved to Azerbaijan, and we'll just have to go forward from here on. Renault remains in P6, only Force India is going past Manor right now, and that's all there is to it, to this Canadian Grand Prix. It's already done, really short video, but I don't mind. If the race is gonna be that boring, I don't want it to be a boring video for you guys. So that's it. We've got a lot of resource points, 121 added to our tally, and I'm not gonna spend it right now. I really want to save up more and more for a engine upgrade, maybe before Austria, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. We are losing the rivalry to Felipe Massa because of qualifying, and in a race he has 1 point in front of us. But anyway, we are looking very good to be the first driver of Renault Sport, but still they haven't made a decision on it. But this was a Canadian Grand Prix. I'll see you guys for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, or the European Grand Prix in Baku. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more F1 content. At least one video a week, and sometimes 2 videos a week. So yeah, that's it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.